Let's kick off the floor show. We're joined by Janice Henderson, Director of Research, Matt Perrone, and our carnivore trading CEO, Dutch Masters. Matt, what's your team at Janice Henderson telling you guys? What are they bracing for, and how are you preparing for that?
Well, in general, we take a longer view. And so when we look at the inflation picture, we do believe it's in the process of peaking. So, that it's hard to put an exact month on that or even a quarter on that, but we do think it'll flatten out, and then we expect it to decline from here. We're encouraged by what we're seeing in some of the commodity complex, et cetera. So hopefully tomorrow won't be a negative surprise, but buckle up, it could be a bumpy road.
Dutch, Matt is saying in essence that it's a process, not a point, not a single moment where we hit peak inflation. What are you expecting, and how in the past couple of weeks? Because we just saw from Micron that suddenly, between today and just a couple of weeks ago when they gave their first guidance, things have slowed markedly. What do you think is going to happen tomorrow, and how do you prepare?
Well, we don't take the longer view because we got to eat this week and this month, and we try to do positive returns every single month. So far this month, we're up about 11%.
Wow.
So we're going to take some risk here that this is going to surprise to the downside. And instead of 8.7, it's going to be more like 8.2 to 8.4.
Okay.
And the shorts are going to have to cover. We're going to get a short rally. And we took our cash position from 65% this morning to 3%, and we went long, baby.
Okay, long just overall, S&P, can you be more specific?
I can. We went long the high-octane SaaS companies. We went long TQQQ, and we went long FSLR, which we already owned.
First Solar.
But we've been long First Solar for a while, and it's now our #1 position.
Matt, obviously, as you look at the billions in assets under management that you at Janice Henderson look at, tell me where you see the best opportunity over the long term. People say that, okay, tech has been selling off, but we're all going to need tech for the rest of our lives. I think that's a pretty fair bet, right, you guys? So do you like tech? Is there an area where you also feel, maybe healthcare, that there's a real opportunity?
Yeah, we like both. We like tech and healthcare. I think your other guest mentioned SaaS. The valuations of software companies are getting very interesting. Their valuations have really reset to the point where they're very interesting for long-term investors. So we're excited about that sector. Healthcare, even real estate, I think at a discount to the net asset values that you see opportunities there. So I think there's broader opportunities emerging here to really, work from here. But we do have to get through the inflation picture, and we're not quite out of the woods on that yet.
Dutch, we've seen things like the energy sector come way down. Gasoline, for example, has come down 21% over just the last 3 months. Do you think that people who say, oh, but it's all going to come back when it comes to energy prices, do you think they're right or they're wrong? And are you participating in this trade at all in some way, shape, or form?
So on the oil trade, we think that that's going to have a significant impact on this CPI print that we're about to see. Also, some food and commodities that have come down.
Yeah.
We think that that's going to have a significant impact on the downside of this. And I'm telling you, let's be clear. We're calling for a short squeeze on the whole market happening in the next 2 days.
Okay, that's a pretty big declaration. Matt, might you agree? I know you're less of a day-to-day trader, but this could be a possibility if this number surprises to the downside.
Well, we've had quite a run. Some of it was a short squeeze over the past month, so I think there certainly could be scope for that to continue. That's not really, what we do. We're really more analyzing bottoms up for the long term, but certainly the market will be comforted, and I think it can really keep the market a floor under the market if the inflation really starts to turn, as your other guest suggests.
Yeah. Can I just stress here, folks, we do have unbelievably thin volume Okay, so Charlie Brady, our managing editor here, is telling us that volume today is 40% below the 1-month average. Why? They're waiting on that CPI number. It comes out at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. You've already heard what Dutch anticipates. He's going long. He thinks in the next 2 days we could have some serious short squeezes going on. So we will be watching it, and it's the final hour of trade tomorrow. Going to matter hugely. But until then, thank you, Dutch. Thank you, Matt. Great to have you both.